Hello everyone, and welcome to today's masterclass, Lean Design and BIM Management. Thank you so much for joining us today. In this session, we will explore how integrating Lean Design principles with Agile methodologies can truly transform BIM implementations. So this approach enables more efficient workflows, stronger collaboration, and ultimately improved project outcomes. You will discover strategies to manage the multidisciplinary teams, streamline decision-making, and lead construction projects with confidence, even in rapidly evolving environments. My name is Thaisa Figueroa. I'm program owner in institutional relations here at Ziggurat, and I'm super honored to be your host today. And if you are new to Ziggurat, let me give you a quick introduction. We are an online education institution with over 20 years of experience in e-learning. We offer master's and postgraduate programs in architecture, engineering, and tech management, helping professionals around the world advance in their careers. And we are incredibly proud of our diverse and dynamic community with more than 20 thousands of students from over 120 countries. And before we dive into today's session, let's try to make this a little bit interactive. We would love to hear from you. So please share with us in the chat, where are you joining us from today? I'm here in Barcelona, so I would love to know, where are you connected with us today? Let's keep the energy high and stay connected through the session. So I will wait to see the chat with your answers. Wow. People from all around the world. I can see Portugal, India, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh. Wow, nice. Welcome everyone. So today's masterclass is closely linked to our Masters in Global BIM Management, a program designed to help professionals thrive in international teams by managing data, collaboration, and information throughout the entire project lifecycle. And now I'm happy to introduce Manuela Barbeiro, International Admissions Team Manager at Ziggurat, and who will share why this program can make a real difference in your professional journey. So Manuela, thank you, and so over to you now.
Thank you, Taisha, and good evening, everyone. Astonishing the number of countries that I'm just seeing now. There are people really from different parts in the world, also from Trinidad and Tobago, so really, really nice. We talk about Ziggurat, we talk about the Master in Global BIM Management. I can say that we go behind, the traditional master in BIM because from my point of view, this program is more a career accelerator designed for professional ready to lead the digital construction. In Ziggurat, we have a different, a completely different methodology because this is more practical, project-based approach. So you get insights or deeper expertise in the tools and the method that drive you the entire building life cycle. You will deliver and you will work in a fully online with flexible scheduling that is perfectly tailored for professionals that are looking to advance international, but with pause in your career. So it's a master where you can work and study at the same time. The program, we have 2 editions every year. The program starts in May and November. Now, of course, we are talking about the edition that starts in November 25th, the 3rd. Is divided in 5 blocks. We start from the part of management to design to construction to asset management implementation, and you will work with many softwares. If you like, you can also go in the next slide. Okay. Okay. We work and we teach you digital tools. We empower professional to become the leader of the transformation. we have a very global learning experience because, as you can also see here, we have students from so many different countries in the world. As Taisha told before, we have more than 120 student countries. We are recognized as one of the top big IM program because this program equip you with the cutting-edge digital skill to stand out in the global market. We start from the coordination of the multidisciplinary team. You manage complex data flow across the entire project life cycle, but we apply everything through real hands-on case study. In this program, we I can say we developed expertise also in you get the practical expertise that you prepare you for the real world BIM application. Okay, if you go in the next one. Why choose Ziggurat is a very good question. Why choose Ziggurat? Because as I told you before, we have a completely different approach, and but overall, what I can say is a real and important step in your career because we work with people all around the world. So you are involved in a global environment. We work in simulated projects. You can work with mentors that are real and act as real client. We combine the award-winning methodology with the dynamic Canvas platform, but I can say that this program is much more than education, but is your true career accelerator. We have a different in the part of career opportunities. So in the phase of career opportunities, we have just to take a moment to understand what kind of career I actually would like to build in BIM, because BIM today is much more than tools, but it's a gateway to a new high impact careers in the construction and design industry. We are seeing how the BIM is a growing demand for professional, not only to understand BIM tools, but who can lead the digital transformation within their organization. Here in our master, we build and prepare for you exactly for that. So you'll gain the skills and expertise and also international recognition that step you into roles that are shaping the future of the eco-industry. So if you really need to take this next step, I think that is the right moment to start. So it's just an experience that enrich you personally and not only professionally. So here is in Zigora, we really prepare the new future BIM manager. Okay, so I hope that I gave you some insight. Of course, we are here to assess it, advise you, and with pleasure, we can provide you much more information after this masterclass. So enjoy it. I give you again to Taisha that is going to introduce our guest. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Manuela. And now it's my absolute pleasure to welcome our guest speaker. So Ahmed Elhadidi is a structural manager at Parsons Corporation and our proud alumni and ambassador Ziggurat. Ahmed brings 11 years of experience as a structural manager, having successfully delivered over 250 large-scale projects across various industries in the Middle East. At Parsons, he leads engineering review, design management, and structural solutions, and his expertise includes hospitality development, advanced BIM, coordination, and sustainability-driven designs. I hope I tell everything okay, Ahmed, then you tell me. A quick note before we pass the floor for Ahmed is if you have any question, just drop them in the chat and we will go to them during the Q&A at the end of the session, okay? So feel free to talk with us at the chat and we'll answer everything at the end. So Ahmed, welcome. It's a pleasure
Hi,
to have you with us.
thank
And
you.
the floor is all yours now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone, I'm happy to be with you today, and I want to share some of my experience and what I learned and what I'm applying in my work. So if you allow me to share my screen, okay. We'll start our presentation today talking about lean in design and its relation with the BIM management approaches. This is a very interesting topic, and not all of the people know that it's equal money, by the way. It's a really important one. So in our lecture today, we'll have this agenda. We'll talk introduction, what is the lean in design, what kind of waste, and we will know what is the waste in as a word even. Is the BIM is lean? What is a BIM waste? And we will talk about certain approaches to apply this lean in design. So to start, we heard a lot about lean in construction, but it is almost connected to lean in design as well. Why? Because it's impacted each other greatly. Because if you design something without thinking about the approaches or eliminating the waste or thinking what is the productive you want to have or the product you want to have to your customer, you may end with something like this. It is on time and on budget, but it is not properly designed and you cannot even use it. So this is on time and on budget, but it's a huge mistake. So lean in design, it's focusing is that it is an approach to focus on what is important to do and to eliminate something called the waste. So to think about it, let's start from the beginning, from the design management perspective. As we all know, there is a well-known organization called Zariba. This Zariba giving you the instruction. You have a concept design stage, a special design stage, technical design stage. It's a management plan for the design process. It seems almost like a linear process. If you think about it, okay, I will start the design, so getting the concept, going for the spatial or schematic, then the technicals and the construction. You think like it is linear one. You will move from this to this to this, but actually it's not like this. When you started finishing the concept and going for the next stage in design, you will do rework because one of the stakeholders changed his mind. He need to do another thing, and you are working traditionally. You are working as per the design management plan. So moving from this to this is not always linear. You will have a lot of rework, moving from concept to schematic. Then you will move to technical and get back rework to concept. Why? Because one of the stakeholder want to add more rooms, change the light, change the facade, change whatever he want to do in his design. So the design process is not a linear process. So we need to think about it in an innovative approach. It's almost like this from start to end. It's almost like a spaghetti. You will not even start to end. You will not have it as a straight line. No, it's an innovative approach. You need to be ready for changes, ready to get productive, ready to gain progress, and so on. So if we go think about this diagram. This diagram is very important. The changes in the beginning of the design will how much it will cost me if I didn't take it into consideration. What I want to say, if you think like I will do the design as a linear process, I will not think about the product, I will not think how I will use this project or what I do. And in the end of the project, before construction, I will change the design. How much it will cost you? It will cost you huge. It will cost you a lot because the change in the beginning, it will take time, but it will not cost as much you will change it during the construction. So this is why we need to focus what we need to deliver. This is the importance of the design management. So if you think about lean in design or the perspective or the meaning of this idea, the lean in design is maximizing value for the customer while minimizing the waste. So what I don't understand also, what should I do? Should I do team collaborative? Should I do problem solving? This is very general word. If you think about lean or research about lean in design, you will hear this word, Kaizen, BIM, virtual design construction, Scrum. It's all about the process and the approaches. Like a Kaizen, you will do a small improvement to change the design and gain progress. And by changing the approaches, what to design before what, and so on. BIM, most of us knows about the BIM workflow, virtual design construction, the Scrum. So the lean in design is almost an approach. It's an approach. By using this approach, you will eliminate whatever you don't need it to gain progress. But lean in design doesn't mean it is less design. Some people will say, okay, I will go from concept, and you are saying I will not walk this traditional way, the linear way. I will focus on whatever gave me progress. But this mean I will not design all of it. No, lean in design does not mean it's less design, but we will work in an innovative way. Let's say, think about pricing. Think about pricing because it's all about time and money. So in traditional way, we are thinking about how to give a price for this project. You will focus that you have a cost for the work, then you will add a profit, then you will have a price. But in lean design, we will do something different. See, as you can see here, this is the traditional way. We have a cost for the work and the design and the construction and everything. Then we will add the profits, then we will have a price. But in our lean view, we are focusing on reducing the cost by removing whatever we don't need it in the moment. Because if you gain progress or you save time, time equal money. Because if you think like in this stage, I need to move on the site and to do 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5 activities. So I will not waste my time into produce a whole set of drawing that I will not need right now, and I will focus on whatever will get me or gain me progress on site. So reducing the cost mean more profit for me and fixing the price. So if you think about this, we need to understand what is the waste. So we are talking about lean in design, and you are saying you will maximize the value for the customer by eliminating whatever you don't need in the moment. So we need to understand what is the waste, what is the item you are saying I will not need it. There is a lot of items that we can call it waste. As you can see in this shape, this is the 8 well-known waste types in overall management for construction management and design management. But in the design, most likely, we are focusing on 3 items. The rework, doing the rework again and again and again, this is wasting of time, and we cannot take this, this time it's waste of time to do rework and submit it and get rejected and so on. Overproduction. If you don't understand the scope of work, if you don't understand what is the strategy of the client, what he needs exactly, you may go for overproduction or less production. By the end, you will have less drawing or more drawings that you need. So overproduction is a waste. Over-processing, performing unnecessary processing steps. So this 3 types of waste and other types of waste also impacted the management process. But we are focusing in the design. So these 3 have a high impact on the design process. So to focus on this, lean design is releasing the work in a way that release more work. This is very important phrase. I will focus how to release a work that will give me more work. Let's say we have a high-rise building. Let's say we have a high-rise building, and I want to start working on site. I have a contractor on site who's working and doing his good job, and I didn't finish the design. So should the contractor wait until the design is finished? Do you think that? Can anyone answer me on the chat? Sorry. We are saying now we understand that the lean in design, we are focusing on what is maximizing the value for the customer or the client himself by minimizing the waste. Whatever I don't need right now, I will not work. I will minimize this waste. So I will try to change my approach, change my mind to release a work in a way that releases more work. So let's say this question again. If you have a contractor on site and you didn't finish the design, so the contractor is already here. So what should I do? Should the contractor wait until the whole design is finished? Can anyone answer me in the chat, please? No. Most of people saying no. Yes, he cannot wait because waiting will cost me indirect cost, because this contractor will have like equipment, we have like a lot of items on site, he will cost me a lot. So continue as the design is received. This is very good answer. But again, the design is working in a traditional way. This is the exact problem. This is the importance of lean. If we will continue with the contractor as the design advance, he will not work. Because this contractor, okay, you will start with the architectural, then we'll go for structural, the MEBs and the facade and the lead and so on, sustainability. When the contractor would work, he will wait and wait and wait, this traditional way. And our lean approach, we need to give him work or to produce from the design work that releases more work for him. I will not let him inside or staying and waiting for me. So he should have an access to the work on process, right? But this work in progress, let's say it's work in progress, this work in progress will not make him execute work. The contractor will know about the work, but he will not execute work. Okay, listen to this solution. One of the solution we are doing that I will focus in the design on formalizing the excavation level, something like this. This is something I can do it, not waiting for the facade design, not waiting for the interior design, not waiting for the sustainability. So if I fix somehow the foundation level, I can make the contractor start the excavation, something like this. This is lean approach. We are focusing on what is important and maximizing this to the client. What is important to my client is to execute work, to gain time, to do work on site, not to have a contractor without any work on site. Got my point? So if the contractor even, he is in the project and knows the process, but we didn't manage it in a lean way, agile way to give him work, he will wait. So the design will impact the construction. So this is why we need to focus how to release work that releases more work. And I will get back to your comments because I read a lot of interesting ideas that we will discuss in the end. But to continue the presentation, if we think about this, so this is the lean approach in the design. This lean approach, again, is to focus what is the maximizing item, what is gold for the client to execute it right now, and delay the waste or remove it completely. So let's take a look on the BIM management, how to implement this approach in our BIM workflow. By the way, if anyone interested to know more about lean design approaches in construction management, I recommending this reference, and this source is a very good source and have a very good approaches and a way in the management planning. You will be amazed by this book. So to think about it from BIM management perspective, we now understand that the lean design focusing on releasing work, eliminating the waste, not having something we don't need it in the meantime to gain progress. How to implement this in the BIM? Do we have a BIM waste? Yes, we have a BIM waste. To start focusing on this, let's answer one question. Is BIM equal lean? Using the BIM workflow, some people now will think, okay, using the BIM will eliminate the clashes, will gain more progress, will gain a lot of item will be delivered on time using this workflow. But is the BIM equal lean? No. To be honest, it is not, because the BIM is a process as much as it is a product. This BIM process may not be lean or be lean. How? If I think in the design from the traditional way and work with the BIM or the BIM execution plan, doing this, or the master information delivery plan, I identifying the item, what I will do in a traditional way, it will not be lean. I'm not focusing on maximizing the value or eliminating the waste in order to do so. So the BIM is a process, could be lean or could be not lean. So we need to focus how to make this BIM management in a lean approach, use it, how to eliminate the waste in BIM. To understand this, we need to understand what is waste in BIM, okay? Because we are here to deliver. This is a very important, it is not a slogan, by the way, it's a very important idea. Most of the people forget about it. In the design management or project management or even a BIM manager, you are here to deliver. We are not focusing, I need this in level information needed or level of detailing. We are here to deliver the project. So we need to think how to do this in a lean approach. So we need to understand how to make BIM in a lean approach. So we identified the BIM waste into 6 BIM waste. There is a well-known 6 BIM waste. You need to understand and know about them to focus how to eliminate these waste to have a lean approach, okay? So first thing, it's well-known, poor scoping. The client give you a poor, not well-defined scope. You don't understand really what is required. You will have a BIM disaster. Maybe you will have something you don't need. You don't know the objective of this client. What is the level of information needed? It is not clear. You are producing something on not a well-defined scope. So the first thing in the BIM, we need to have a proper modeling scoping. We need to have a clear AIR or AIR. So you need to understand what does the client need exactly. If the scope is well defined, you will not have these disaster. What is a disaster you can have? You can have incorrect BIM scope. After you understand what the client need incorrectly, you will do a BIM scope that we don't need all of this. Maybe you will increase the risk. You will increase the risk of losing time and doing more BIM items than you don't need, like production, level of detailing not required, level of information needed not defined, or something like this. You will have an overlap. You will do the scope twice, or doing this item the deliverables itself is not clear. So the first BIM waste you need to eliminate is to have a proper scope. Second one is well known for all BIM user. You need to understand what is the level of information needed exactly. What is the level of detailing needed exactly? Not to have over modeling or under modeling, by the way. By the end of this, if you see this shape, I have over modeling too much BIM. Wow, I cannot understand if I will use this information by the end of the project. Or maybe if I didn't understand this item well, I will have less BIM. So I will not make use of it in the asset information modeling stage, or the copy on the copy in the end. Not applying the digital twin by the end, I will not achieve this item. So the second one, you need to understand what is the level of information needed and level of detailing needed. Okay, not to have a duplicated modeling or over modeling. The second one is to have a proper sequence of work, not to do rework. By the way, if you see these two items, both of them is correct. You can do the cable tray first, or you can do it second. But one of them will cost me a lot. And I will do rework in the value engineering process, by the way. If you think about it, in the end, when you do value engineering, when you see the budget of the project going crazy, so you will think, oh, I need to rethink about this, how to do it. So what is the correct sequence of work? You need to understand it well. Each of each discipline, who should work first before who, to have a good work, or not cost me so much and achieve the same, because both of them are workable. You can use them, but one of them cost me a lot. Okay. Also, if I do remodeling, when we start working in the on the BIM modeling, you will see most of the people getting exciting, getting their hand. We want our hand go dirty in the work and do 1, 2, 3, 4 and gain progress. But if every one of us start working on the same time, we will do rework and remodeling again and again. We need to plan when exactly should I be involved. Because not to have all of these clashes, you will have these clashes, it will be nightmare. So this is also a big waste. This one waiting, sorry. This waiting is very important one. If you have a large model size, you will waste time uploading the model on the common data environment, whatever you are using, downloading the model, sharing the model among the team, among the stakeholder. It will be waste of time for having large size model without any benefit. Okay, there is something called decision and approval. It takes time when you need to have a decision from the stakeholder. Okay, should I continue? Are you approved? The approval, the reviewing, it will take too much time. Imagine if one of the stakeholder was not involved from the beginning, and he came in this whatever stage you are advancing in, and he said, "Oh, this is not as per my requirement." Let me give you an example. Let's say we are building a hotel, okay? And we did this construction, amazing construction, doing great BIM work, focusing on the clashes, solving everything. But when the operator come, like Hilton, Marriott, I don't know, any operator, he said, "Oh, this is not as per my guidelines. I have like international guidelines you need to follow. I have a specified ICT system you need to follow. So he was not involved, so I will do rework. So the waiting for this stakeholder to give his opinion or feedback, it is a big chunk of waste. We need to organize this and think about it. Also, there is the last type of waste I want to say, the administration burden. You have a lot of administration burden doing the documentation, having it is not well organized. I need to submit this. What is the deliverable? Get it, not using the common data environment as per the ISO standard, not having the advanced work, should I shared work, how should I use the common data environment? So this what happened. As per my understanding or what I see, this is the BIM admin, by the way. Most of us did this. Almost every day I want to do this. Using, I have a lot of documentation items, recording this or submitting this deliverable because we are not working as per the workflow or the correct workflow. So you will have a lot of administration burdens that you don't need to do. And it will take time, it will take amount of CPU and GPU, a lot of data, it will take from your OneDrive or the common data environment, whatever common data environment you are using, ACC, Catenda. So this is a very important thing to eliminate the administration burden, to have a correct workflow. So this is the BIM 6 waste you need to understand about them, and we can work around them. To understand the lean, it is eliminating the waste. So these BIM waste, we can eliminate them to gain more progress, to focusing on what is really important. Okay. To start doing these items, to start implementing the lean design approach, we need to focus from the beginning. There is in the phase planning, there is 3 stages. You have the strategic planning. You are thinking from the above, like 3,000 height view for a long area, like what milestone planning or strategic planning, this first one, like what kind of approval do I need? Who should I involve from the stakeholder? Who will be the operator? I should to know all of these items from the beginning to start thinking about what is really important. Then we will move from strategic planning to phase bold planning and to understand what is required in the upcoming 2 to 4 months in the design. So this operator involved right now? Should the contractor come to the site right now? Who is the designer? Do I know the design management plan? How I think about it? What is the BIM execution plan? You will need to focus on this shortened area. After you do the first one, both of them, you will go for the weekly work plan. This weekly work plan, you are done. You are on the work exactly. You need to start executing and doing what is needed in this week, in this month, to gain progress to the client. So to understand this very well, let's say I will not do this full planning strategy or phase planning strategy. When I started work, every one of us started to do the modeling in the BIM. You can see it like this. The MEP is working in a way, the architectural in another way. Then the structure come and make all of this ruined up, and we have these items. This is a huge BIM waste. This is a rework and remodeling waste. We will redo the work to solve the clashes again and again and again and share issues, and you will not finish the project by this way. You are not gaining progress. So we need to understand by this way of planning, to think from strategic level, then go to phase pull level, then weekly plan level. We can do this priority structural for the items. You need to understand, according to this planning, I will know when I should involve the structural and architectural engineer in our modeling, when I should involve the mechanical people, the civil people. Should I do this first or second? So this priority structure is well-known priority structure, by the way. It's very important, and you can gain a lot of progress using this one, because you are focusing how to gain progress and when I should be exactly involved on this. And we have case study, by the way, by the end of this presentation, to say how to implement this in a real case project. So the idea is to have a small bites, the smaller bites to gain project milestone. So I will start by determine what kind of excavation I want, what is the land type, what should I do by this, who should be involved right now. We don't need all the stakeholder or all the designer to work on the same time. Maybe I will start, as you can see in this graph, maybe I will start with the architectural people will start first. Then I will involve the structural, not in a traditional way. I involve the ICT from the beginning. If you need something to be done in the foundation, or the electrical people, the RMU room, whatever needed in the design. So the big idea of lean design in the design management and BIM management approach is to do smaller bite size to gain progress by maximizing what is important for us or to my client and eliminating these waste, these kind of waste. There is 8 kind of waste for construction and management overall, and there is 6 waste in BIM that we need to focus really on it. Because if you are a BIM manager, I'm talking to people who want to manage. You are a future leader. To think about it, you are coming, I'm very good with coordination, I'm very good with modeling, but you are just doing the model and you will be in an endless loop of rework because you didn't plan it right. Okay. I think maybe before going to this idea, if there is any question, I can take a look about it. Okay. We'll take it in the end because there is a lot of questions. Okay. To start doing the lean design approach, there is a huge approach well known in the BIM management and lean BIM management called the pool planning. This is a very good approach, by the way, and we will have a real case study right now about it. The pool planning is moving from the right to the left to focus what is the milestone I want to achieve exactly. So let's say I have a project and I want to achieve the foundation design. I want to have the foundation design or model the foundation design. What I need exactly to do the foundation design? What the structural engineer need to have a foundation design? He need to have architectural. Do he Does he need the facade design, the whole facade design? Does he need the interior design? So I will focus what is exactly important and will move it backward. So I will focus what is the milestone I want to do it. Then I will drag it to my goal to start doing the planning. What should I do? Like if you one of the people I want to go bidding on the site. So I want to have the detailed quantities. So how to do this in the BIM modeling? Do I need to do the interior? Is it impacting my bidding or going for bidding in the market or something? So you are now focusing what is the target and drag it back to the start to choose what exactly you need to start. You are maximizing what is the target you are want or the client target. Then you are drag it back to start from the starting point and doing the sequence, eliminating the waste and do so. Let's say an example, same example. If I have a high-rise building and I told you I have a contractor on site, I want this contractor to work. I didn't finish the design yet, and I want him to work and do the working and so on. So what exactly I need to make this contractor work? Do excavation, for example, to have an excavation or to the contractor to do the excavation, you need to know what is the depth he will excavate. So you need to do how many basement do you have? So you will need to finish the architectural levels, not the finishes. So why I will spend time on the finishes without doing this first? Because I have a contractor on site. I'm focusing on my client requirements, my client benefits. He will not wait. This contractor will not wait on site without money. He will cost me money. Okay, give me work. I'm waiting right now. So I will keep the designer work on the interior design, focusing on we need this and we need this. It's really important, but not in this stage. It's waste for me as a BIM design approach. So I need to focus on the architectural level. What kind of level do I have? Do I have basement, 4 basement, 5 basement, 2 basement? Maybe I don't have any basement. This is from architectural perspective. And from structural, what is the load? because this will impact the level and the soil investigation and so on. Also, I will need if the electrical or the builder work will be in the land under the foundation, so I will need to do more excavation. All of this will impact the BIM design process because you are working the BIM workflow. You are starting now designing these items, working on doing the modeling, waiting for the architectural to finish to get this to the structures and the MEP enter. Why I will wait for all of this and my client is losing money? So this approach, which is called the goal planning approach, is focusing on your target, then drag it to the beginning to start choosing what exactly you should have done from the beginning to achieve this milestone. Because we are thinking from strategic and we're going inner to inner to inner to reach a weekly targets or a monthly target to gain progress in the project. Okay. This is the case study. Let's talk about this case study. We have a project, and please try to focus with me because this will be I will ask you about it, and this will be a discussion between us. Imagine that you have a project with one contractor. Focus on this. You have one contractor, okay, and three designers. This project is divided into two items, below grade and above grade. This below grade item will be parking. No, we will not do anything under the ground except that the parking. And above grade, we will have restaurant and stations and maybe small hotels, 2-story or something. Both of the scopes have one contractor. Above and below, one contractor. But the designer, the architectural designer in the above doing, oh, I'm discussing with the operator for the hotel, I'm discussing for the operators with the restaurant, thinking about sustainability and doing so and so and so. How should I do this? How should I think about this from lean approach? Because now this contractor is waiting. The street designer is working with him. Two designers for the above grade, for the hotel and the restaurant and so on. And the below grade, he have one designer that working on the car parking structure. If you can see in this shape, sorry, in this shape, you will have underground the parking structure and above you have maybe landscape, you will have restaurant, you will have hotels. How should I think about this in a lean approach and doing and implement this in a BIM management, in my BIM management? Think about it well. What should this contractor do? Because it will impact a lot. His decision will impact how he will gain progress and so on. I will not give you the answers. This will be our discussion when we start right now. But I want to show you something. One simple problem that we had in a similar project. If this contractor started working without thinking what is exactly important from the above design for me to work in the foundation or for me to achieve in the foundation and so on, maybe he will reach something like this. It's a huge mistake by the end of the design. Now you are wasting time. This is not a lean approach because every one of us is working by his own. I'm an architect work here, I'm a landscape work here. No one is connected. We are not focusing on what exactly important. So the contractor start like doing a mobilization plan. And by the way, this mobilization is a huge part from the new ISO with the safety for the BIM management. So now I did the modeling, but I didn't focus. Is this tower crane location will match the above design or not? Because I'm working in my own area, I'm working in my own particular land. I'm not thinking how this will impact me. I don't have any plan to implement this. You will find after you finish the design and the above designer finish and give you the model to do the coordination, you will find this error. There is a steel shading or something clashes with the tower crane location. And this tower crane location is a temporary location, by the way. You will not, he will not continue with you in the project. So you can move it around and check the mobilization plan to have a certain correct location. So he didn't think in a lean design. He think I want to gain progress, whatever I need. I will do whatever I need. I will work from my side, not thinking about the BIM process, not thinking about the coordination and collaboration between the model using a correct common data environment or a cloud. So now he did what he did. I will excavate. I will not wait for the design. But if he think from a lean design approach, oh, I will maximize the value right now. I want to do the foundation. To do the foundation, I need to put also the tower crane. So this is my milestone. I think about it. To drag this back as a pulling phase planning approach, I will think, oh, to determine the location of this tower crane, I need to have the column location of the architecture. This is the only thing I need. Imagine that if he think in this lean approach, he will not have this problem because he will ask the architectural, I don't want the full design. Don't focus on the full design. Don't give me rendering or something. Give me the location of the columns. This location of the column is the only thing I want right now. Anything else, consider waste for me in this current stage, 6 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. If you give me this location, I can determine the tower crane location. I can work, I can do this, I can do this. So he gain progress. He will not do rework. So this item this example is a huge need a huge lean approach to work to gain progress and not waiting for the design to till the end. So think about it very well, and I want you to answer me about something. If this contractor want to determine what is required for the MEB to do like the electrical room or MEB room in the modeling in the below grade item. Again, my question. We now understand the problem because if he work by his mind, he will have this shape. He doesn't work in a lean approach. He doesn't focus what is his target. I want you now to think in a lean approach. What is the lean approach? Maximizing the customer need and eliminate the waste. The waste doesn't mean that I will remove it completely. I will not work right now on it. So if this contractor want to start working in the below grid in this area and want to do an MEB room or electrical room for the whole building, what should exactly he do in a lean approach to reach this, to gain progress or achieve this point? Think about it and try to answer me on the chat because it's a huge challenge. If you think I need to have the location of the electrical room, how to do this, how to know the location of the electrical room for the whole building if the above design I didn't finish it yet. The designer didn't finish it yet. What kind of waste I need to eliminate and what kind of requirements or task I need to ask the designer right now to give me to gain progress, to eliminate this waste and gain progress. So this is the lean approach and how to implement it in a BIM workflow. If I focus on the 6 BIM waste, if I eliminated these 6 BIM waste, I will not have this shape because this 6 BIM waste, as we illustrated, you know exactly the scope. You know exactly the sequence of work. What is the sequence of work? What should I do before do? Or what is the required level of information needed or level of detailing? You will not have this waiting time, waiting for all the stakeholders to answer. Because maybe if in our case study, the operators, when should I get the operator involved? Because he will make me wait a lot of time, lose a lot of time. If this operator didn't agree with me on the electrical load or something, so all of this will be changed. I don't know. You need to answer me. What should I do exactly to start eliminating all of this? Maybe I need a common data environment and access for all the stakeholders with me in the beginning. They need to see the work in progress, the shared file, the published file, as per the ISO. What exactly should I do to achieve this? In our case study, it's a remarkable idea to make the contractor work, gain progress, have the client gain value without wasting time and money. Okay, so think about it and let's discuss in the question area. Okay, so as a conclusion, what I want to say exactly Lean design management, I don't think it is luxury. I think it is critical. It's very critical to think in a lean design management. I'm working in the Middle East, and this area and this region right now, it's a very fast growing area. Gathering a lot of projects need to achieve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have a milestones they need to achieve it. How can I achieve this if I'm doing this in a traditional way, thinking, oh, I will start doing the concept, then I will do the schematic, then I will do this, and the contractors, no one executing anything on site. I am not gaining progress, or even the modeling is the BIM management or workflow. I'm doing it in a traditional way, not gaining progress or finishing anything. So the lean design management or this concept as a lean approach, or example like pull planning idea, there is a lot of examples, by the way, pull planning, phase planning ideas. You need to implement these ideas in this kind of project, especially for the design and build project. Most of the project or most of the contract right now, it's a design and build. You get a contractor, take the design or take this stage in design and continue. So what should I do? I need to implement this lean principle in my BIM workflow, because the BIM workflow can be lean or cannot be, because the BIM is a process. It's not as much it's a product. You need to implement these lean approaches in this process to eliminate the waste and even eliminating the administrative burden. How many times closing the project or the handover stage for the BIM manager was a nightmare, because he need to collect all the document. Everything is way not well organized, not used in the common data environment correctly. It's not well defined what exactly you will do. You need to exactly use the common data environment correctly, determine your objective, following the ISO, and so on. So the success begin with using a well-defined lean design management process for your project. And I hope this is very clear for you, because I wanted to share with you this case study for a similar project I had before. It's really a nightmare to decide, oh, I need to do this, but the design above didn't finish. How I will do it? The BIM team is waiting for me. Come on, we need to work. We are waiting too much. We did the modeling, but we will do the rework of the modeling because this design is come back. So you need to focus exactly what you will deliver. And again and again and again, we are here to deliver. So your work as a BIM manager or a construction manager or project manager, even in the construction world or project management world, you are here to deliver. So this should be it's not a slogan, this should be your core. I hope this is very clear for you and I shared the idea or the message. So thank you, everyone. And if there is any question, please let me know.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Ahmed, let's get me back my screen here and let's move to the Q&A because people are on
Okay.
fire on the chat. We have
Okay.
a lot of comments. You need to help me, Ahmed, because we are almost
Yes.
without time. And I saw one
Okay.
question that I think that was so interesting. This one. How do you, I will read, but you feel free to see and comment what you want. The important thing is that we need to read the sentence because some people will receive this recording. So
Okay.
they will not see the chat, but they will receive the recording. So it's important to read the questions. I saw one
Okay.
that is, how do you reconcile client-driven design changes with lean design efficiency? Are there strategies to manage the scope creep within a lean framework?
Yes, of course. This is a very important question, by the way, because now you are thinking in maximizing the value. The client have a requirement. First of all, it's you can start with the proper scoping. You need to have a proper scoping. Exactly what is the client need? What exactly do you need? Like, let me give you an example. There is some kind of client want to obtain lead certificates and maintain sustainability. So now you know his objective. To think about this objective, I need to eliminate or decrease the carbon emission on site to get this lead scorecard or think about this. So it starts from the scoping itself. If you know what is exactly the client requirements or objective to your project, it will be easy to pull it back, as we said. You will pull it back to the start. Now I have my client want to obtain, to do sustainability or to have a sustainability certificate. To do this sustainability certificate, I will involve a sustainability specialist who will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This sustainability specialist, you are dragging it back and back and back and back to your starting point. So it will be very interesting. And it's, by the way, a huge work. And this is the importance of having an intelligent BIM design manager. It's not only BIM manager, because our approach is to have a BIM management manager is intelligent in design management because he can solve all of this. So I hope that this answer your question. Okay.
Perfect, Ahmed. Let me see if we have. Yeah. I think you answered the question, yes, because anything you want to comment? Because we have a lot of comments here on the chat
One minute.
or
Okay.
something, and then I will ask you if you want to leave a
Okay.
message to our audience. But before this, if you want to
So
comment something that you
yes, I think I can comment to one or two question. I know the time is so limited, but there is an interesting question. How can integrating lean design principle with BIM tools? Oh, very good, very good question. But let me ask you another question. How can you integrate lean design with AI tools? It's all about objective. It's not related to the tool itself. How you will use the tool? You need to understand this point because this is the beauty of it. You need to understand what is the capability of this tool and how I can use it in a lean approach, because the lean is approach. If I can, I want just to share one thing to show you an example on this. Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Can you see my screen? This is one of the example of the lean approaches.
Yeah.
Think about it the same for the BIM tools. If you have a common data environment, or if you have a Revisto or ACC, you will use it in a lean approach that you will do the issues to focus on what is target. But let me show you this example. This is AI chatbot. I made a chatbot that I teach him about the BIM execution plan. And I ask him, tell me the project milestone. How many times you have several discussion with the client asking you what is the meaning of this, what is the objective, what is the milestone, what is the targeting, what is the dates of 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So I think in a lean approach, I want to eliminate this waste to gain time for me to focus. So I use the tools. BIM tools, AI tools. So I made this AI tool and I teach him about the BIM execution plan. So he can answer the client or the stakeholder what exactly this, or for example, naming convention. If you ask it before the client coming to you, oh, what is the meaning of this number? So he doesn't know this number is referred to structural drawing, architectural drawing, MEB, who's the initiator, what is exactly the level, and so on. So now, my answer here, I want to tell you that using the tools in a BIM approach, there is not a tool called lean tool. No, each and every tool you can use it in a lean approach. So think about it in Revisto. If I did a Power BI dashboard, new in Revisto Power BI dashboard, if I did it, so you can have a dynamic dashboard that share emails to each one of the team focusing on the sprint or this area objective. This is lean approach because you're eliminating the waste and so on. So I hope this answer your question. Yeah, there is a lot of people answered what is the requirement for the case study, and this is very good, but I don't know if we have time to answer this question.
Yeah, we can answer one question more in Maximo, the last one maybe. Have you seen less successful examples of using lean BIM strategies on renovation projects where data and geometry are often uncertain?
Come on, this is the core of using lean. Imagine that I see before an old palace that will be renovated renovated to be used as a hotel. He was like consider it a palace, a huge one, and he will be renovated to use it as a hotel. So how I will do this? If you will work in a traditional way, you will not finish. You will need to get the operator and think about dimensions. This can be done, not done, and the contractor will wait on site. No, we did a lot of BIM approaches, having one model in a correct sequence with a proper scoping, focusing on what is needed for the client exactly, using whatever we have in hand. And I can show you more and more about this one. Yeah, I saw a lot of lean approaches in re-innovation project using this lean approach, because the re-innovation project, you need to involve some stakeholder before someone, and you need to finish the design and so on. So yeah, already we are doing this.
Great. Thank you, Ahmed. And to finish, I would ask you to leave a message to our audience. If you want to leave a message.
Yeah, my message is lean is an approach, and it is a thinking approach. It is in the construction. There is a lot of lean in construction, and you can check this reference I shared with you, the integrated project delivery. This is talking about the lean in construction, but the lean itself is an approach. Think about design management. It is not only project management. There is something called design management. If you have the tool, to do this, you will be, and thinking about the lean approach, you will have a huge success and you will eliminate the waste. This is my message. Think about the lean in your approach, whatever in construction or in design.
Perfect, perfect, Ahmed. So a big thank you to you, Ahmed, for
Thank you.
sharing your knowledge and insights with us today. And of course, thank you all for being here and engaging with us. So let's stay in touch. Keep an eye on our upcoming events and opportunities. And until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and take care. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ahmed.